gunnerheatpc recently got a new update adding the TADB and other features. Now, I have about 10 hours in JHP so far, and the update had added new missions with the TADB that I want to try out. Now, with my over 2,000 hours in War Thunder, I'm wondering just how well my skills will work in a more realistic game. Let's jump into gunnerheatpc and see. Now, we do have, from what I know, the Pushing Tin is the new mission as part of 1 of 2 that includes the new T-80 tanks. We as well get some BMP supports, an Mi-2 scout helicopter, and it appears we are fighting some M60s and Bradleys. Should be a pretty easy mission, but I'm still relatively new. Alright, here we are. As you can see, this is the new T-80B. Me personally, one of my favorite Soviet tanks of the 1980s. As you can hear, it has that glorious gas turbine engine. Now, as shown before, we do have our BMPs. We have a total of 6 BMPs, 2s, so they should be very valuable support, especially with the helicopter, but we'll see how it plays out. And most of this mission will be played while we're inside this hatch of the T-80. Now, one thing I already adore about this game is riding in a hatch. And the different types of scopes like this, it's a T-80 sight. I know it's a small, this is what I like about this game so far. Lots of small details that just make it feel that much better. And also, I just love these graphics. The graphics feel really nice. And even on a slightly lower end machine like mine, the game still handles really nicely. I do believe that we'll be making contact once we crest this area in front of us. I'm gonna ready in the gunner sight. Yep, one Bradley.
What?
One hit. That's what they have to get used to, is the targeting system. We're gonna back up. Now that Bradley appears to be out of operation. Oh yeah, that Bradley is smoked. Alright, let's move up. Now that's one thing I love about having the T-80 in the game now is notoriously the T-72 and other tanks similar to it have abhorrent reverse gears, but the T-80 doesn't. It has a much faster reverse gear compared to tanks like the T-72, which I think is it's one of the most important types of maneuvering in armored warfare, especially if you're playing in a classic hull down style position. And that's another thing too, those aircrafts flying over. I noticed that while I was playing a campaign testing out the game, there's an occasional aircraft fly over it, and it's just little details like that that makes me love this game already, despite only having around 10 hours. Now, that seems to be artillery that's landing right near us. Alright, oh, and I saw the hatch of, there's the M60s. Let's hold fast. Face the front to the enemies. Now I'm following not the best strategy, but just putting a shell into an enemy tank at a time, especially with the T-80, with the ability to just quickly change targets and get their range like that. I can see one of our BMPs fired off the Conkers. I think that was the Conkers missile fired off one of them. As you can see, we've set off all of the M60s. We're moving on to our next target. And I'm feeling like this could be set enemies here, so I'm gonna call an artillery strike. But yeah, that gas turbine is just so good. Love it. But that's another thing. The AI in this game, for how notorious AI in video games can be, I feel like they're pretty competent a good majority of the time, whether it be your friendlies or your enemies. Now, I have had my fair share of interesting moments with the AI, but that's bound to happen. Pushing up to the next objective here that is still being hit by the artillery we killed earlier. As you can see, we do have a speedy convoy of T-80s. Oh, we got a close range target. I'm really hoping one of my friendlies might be able to get that. Yep. Oh, and we lost our first T-80. Now let's line ourselves up. Range find fire. We took a hit. Turret. We're gonna pop a smoke round and adjust position. Oh, the friendly T-80 just turret popped. Let's take a slight backup. I'm not sure where the other T-80 went. Is he still alive? He is. Comrade, I don't think turning your back to the enemy is the strongest of ideas, but glad to see you try something. I can't see due to the smoke. Ah, okay. Oh, brilliant shot. God damn. We're just gonna move out in front. Right there. Aim up and to the left. We're loading APFS. Right to the turret. And that is another nice cook-off. We still have our other T-80. Not sure what condition he's in. His turret is still appear to be operational. How are our BMPs doing? We've lost one BMP so far. They appear to be engaging. Let's actually cut across this field. Now I don't think there's any tow launcher crews I have to be aware of. Those things have been wrecking me in the campaign. And we took the objective. Now, let's go over these shots. This is my favorite feature so far this game. Click enter, and you can see all the shots that you made. You see that right to the tow launcher ammunition. Ooh. Two really nice shots. You see, that's the kind of money shot I love on the T-60. You just gotta hit on the right hand side of the tank and you're bound to hit an ammunition storage. Except for this, oh, this poor guy. Yeah, or just generally just hitting this driver port area, because that shrapnel just goes into the back. Now I do, like I said, I had about 10 hours on hand, so I kind of knew the general gist of already what I'm doing. However, this is my first time playing the instant action, especially with these newer missions. As you could see, ammunition. We took a hit here. And as you can see, our APFSDS took a really bad break right here. I'm pretty sure that's a shatter hit. As you can see, another hit very close to that commander. I'm pretty sure it did not hit the commander himself, though those shrapnel pings will say otherwise. And as you can see, we bounced another one. And then we finally took out that M60. And then the final shot, that one hit the ammunition. So that was a pretty good mission. Pushing Tin Part 2 of 2. As you can see, they have M60A3s again, Bradleys, N901s, which, if I remember correctly, is the tow launcher version of the M013. I'm sure someone in the comments can correct me on that. We have 9 T-80s, 2 Mi-24s, attack helis, support assets, fire support, smoke screens, and air support. But this time, I want to try a night mode. I want to try it. I think we can try it on night. Alright, now as I said, I have not tried night combat before, but I can immediately notice the... well, it's nighttime. Now, truth be told, I am not fully competent in my night fighting abilities, but as you can see, like that, that's the kind of stuff I love from this game. I'm actually gonna screenshot that. The nighttime, just the lighting in this game is super nice, super crisp, and even like I said, on my lower end machine, this game just looks amazing. Now, if I switch back to my commander view, as you can see, we do have our night vision lights on. Now, it appears it is just a thunder run straight through the city, and then towards the outskirts of it. As you can see, these thermal lights really do add a lot to your environment. As you can see, there's those Mi-24s. Jet aircraft. Now, truthfully, this is my first nighttime mission, so I'm hoping I do pretty good. As you can see, an Mi-24 just fired off a ATGM. Just fired another one. Well, come on, let me fight some tanks, man. Come on. Now, one thing I'm wondering if they do change is if they add the ability to operate the commander's machine gun, or if that's just going to remain a cosmetic choice. Because I know definitely having a like the Dushk or like the 50 cal on the MBTs would be a really nice thing in case you especially come across against a light vehicle like a MO13 or a sorry, that caught me off guard. Oh! Okay. Now we are... I think that was the other hind. Yeah, the other hind is engaged. My guy sees someone. That is a tow missile. Back. The reverse. As you can see, that new reverse gear on this T-80 is already putting in work. Very solid chance that if we were in the T-72, that tow missile might have hit us straight on. Or we just got lucky. We have not incurred any losses yet. As you can see, that night lighting is really nice. Alright, let's stop right here. Back to our commander aim. Yep. M60. Oh! Fire compartment. Alright. Whoa. Alright. Fire compartment. Our T-80s are being torn apart out here in the open. Alright, turn the frontal armor to pop smoke. Let's back it up. And like I said, that new reverse gear. Oh no. That reverse gear. Another turret pop, that's not good. We've lost the other platoon has lost one T-80, but the third platoon is still holding strong. No, I'm actually gonna... Another thing is... Whoa. Now that's one interesting thing, is that the night sight does not include the little circle. That little green dot on the normal T-80 sight is the tank's fire control system telling you that you can fire the gun at that time. Another thing to note is that the T-80 does have a automatic lead system. Oh! Oh god. Okay, let's switch to the second platoon's T-80. Turn our night light on. Turn our night vision. Let's see where we are. Now that is another thing about the T-80 is that this has a lead indicator so that you'll laser range find an enemy tank vehicle and the tank can pull lead for you on it. Same as how like the Abrams sight does it. Now I'm hoping to go around here and catch him off guard. That is a Bradley if I've ever seen one. Short. That is a tow missile forward. It was not used for us. But we gotta make sure that this next shot hits. Range find. Give it a second to compute. Fire. I don't like sitting open like this. Come on. Up a little bit. Alright. The rangefinder's having a bit of an issue. Oh, I was confused. Like, what the heck was that in front of me? Alright. We're gonna try to rush ahead this Bradley. Come on, come on, come on. Close one. Second missile coming in. Radiator destroyed. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. We lost our night light. That might become an issue. As you can see, it is a surprisingly lot harder to see without that night scope. As another thing, I'm not sure that is a bit of the night scope. I cannot see anything in that night scope right there. I think I should just put a shell in there. Short. Let's go. Let's just go for a hard push. Just straight ahead. I can't see as well. Might as well make it easier on myself. Now there is the chance that we just get absolutely destroyed any second right now. Speak of the devil. Like, as you can see, without those spotter lights, those infrared spotter lights, you just cannot see in the dark. Let's see. Like, yellow comrade. I am Abrams. What the heck? I said fire. Can you fire? Do I have to turn out the night vision? There we go. I was probably doing something wrong. Fire control system stopped me from shooting. Oh, I see the M60 right there. Target. He's cooking. And that's one thing, like I've already said earlier, having the subtitles on to actually understand what especially the Eastern Bloc crews are saying is important. Because sometimes those callouts can help you. Like picking the ammo type or what kind of target you're actually shooting at. Now it appears that we have to... Yep, we just have to drive down here. Now, that was harder than the first mission. We took some losses, as you can see, but we managed to, by the looks of it, we just have to get here unless there's any other enemy contact. That should be the mission. Once again, these graphics, man, I mean, just like half the time I'm playing this game, it just feels screenshot material. Even on medium graphics, which is what I run, so my computer doesn't hate me more, it's still just, it runs nice. Oh, I'm supposed to turn over here. My bad. Alright, let's see how we did. First shot. Oh, that composite armor doing its job. You love to see it. Straight to the engine. Not a bad shot. That is a... Is that a fuel tank hit? That is indeed. That is a fuel tank hit. Next shot. Ah, that explains it. That's a heat round. You know, I am surprised, but not surprised at that toe damage. Interesting hit. Oh yeah, that's... I mean, hey, the side skirts did its job. Oh, God dang. Yeah, I was not positioning myself properly. That is abhorrent. And then you can see that's the shot that took us out. That tank. Composite screen doing its thing, and that's the other... Yeah, that's the turret tosser right there. Can't tell if that was a... I can't tell if that's when we were pushing the Bradley or when we were... Oh, that's when we were crossing the field, I think. As you can see, we still managed to get up here. Put one shell in the... Put one shell in the Bradley. Put one shell in the Bradley. Now finally successfully completed the mission. We took way more casualties. And that was pretty good. Night combat in gunnerheatpc is... It felt different, but it felt the same. Now that is going to conclude it for this gunnerheatpc video. Overall, I love this game. The very second I completed my first mission, I was hooked. It's a great experience, and if you have the $30, I recommend getting it if you're into these games or if you played War Thunder such as myself. And if you don't, gunnerheatpc does tend to go on sale, so you could wait for a sale. And yeah, let's go to wrap it up. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe. That's up to you. Alright. That will do it. Thank you. Goodbye.